There's been a lost civilization in the human story. But what sort of civilization do you think it was? Well,
what if everything you knew about ancient civilizations was just the tip of the iceberg? Prepare to journey into the shadows of history, where entire societies flourished brilliantly and then disappeared without a trace. Every minute brings a new twist that will leave you questioning everything. Let's dive into 4 enigmatic civilizations whose sudden vanishings have left experts baffled and the world captivated. The Minoans, the advanced empire that simply disappeared. Imagine an island paradise where art, architecture, and innovation weren't just pursuits, they were a way of life. Sounds idyllic, right? But what if I told you this utopia vanished almost overnight? Welcome to Crete, around 2000 BC, home of the Minoans, Europe's first advanced civilization. They weren't just ahead of their time, they were defining it. With Europe's first paved roads and even running water, their cities, like the magnificent Knossos, were marvels of urban planning. Their artisans crafted works so exquisite that Egyptian pharaohs sought them out to adorn their palaces. But here's the kicker. Despite their advancements, their language, known as Linear A, remains undeciphered, a haunting silence from a people who had so much to say. Then around 1500 BC, something unthinkable happened. The Minoans began to decline, their vibrant culture fading into obscurity. How does such a powerful civilization just vanish? Was it nature's fury, invasion, or something more sinister? For years, the colossal eruption of Thera, modern-day Santorini, was blamed. An explosion 4 times more powerful than Krakatoa, it was thought to have unleashed tsunamis and volcanic ash, crippling the Minoans. Makes sense, right? Think again. Recent evidence throws a wrench in that theory. Minimal ash on Crete, continued architectural projects decades after the eruption, and tablets indicating ongoing trade suggest the Minoans weren't immediately wiped out by natural disaster. So what happened? Some historians now point to a Mycenaean invasion from mainland Greece. There's evidence of burned towns and unscathed palaces, hinting at selective destruction, perhaps the result of conquest rather than catastrophe. Could it be that the very people who admired Minoan culture ultimately led to its downfall? The truth remains buried, but each new discovery brings us closer to solving this ancient enigma. The ancestral Puebloans, masters of the cliffs who walked away. High in the mesas of the American Southwest, the ancestral Puebloans crafted architectural wonders like the Cliff Palace in Mesa Verde, dwellings carved into sheer rock faces. But here's the mystery. In the 13th century, they abandoned these stone fortresses. Why would a society leave behind such impregnable homes? Was it drought, conflict, or cosmic forces? One popular theory is the Great Drought started around 1150, which could have decimated crops and forced migration. Simple cause and effect, right? Not so fast. Archaeological findings reveal something darker. Signs of violent deaths and even cannibalism. Was there a violent uprising? A war for resources? Some suggest invasions by nomadic tribes like the Ute or Paiute intensified conflicts. But there's another layer. Did the stars themselves guide their fate? Many Puebloan structures align with celestial events. The sun dagger at Fajada Butte marks solstices and equinoxes. Changes in astronomical observations might have influenced religious or societal shifts, prompting them to seek new horizons. Imagine an entire civilization so connected to the cosmos that shifts in the heavens could alter their destiny. The descendants of the Puebloans still reside in the area, their oral histories whispering secrets we're only beginning to understand. The Khmer Empire, Southeast Asia's forgotten titans. Dominating Southeast Asia from the 9th to the 15th century, the Khmer Empire wasn't just powerful, it was revolutionary. They built Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument, and pioneered healthcare with over 1,000 hospitals. But what if I told you that this mighty empire crumbled almost overnight, its grand cities swallowed by the jungle? Was it environmental collapse, religious upheaval, or the plague? While traditional narratives blame Siamese invasions, recent LiDAR technology has unveiled that Angkor was a sprawling metropolis, much larger than imagined. This hydraulic city depended on intricate water systems for agriculture. Extreme weather, either severe droughts or catastrophic monsoons, could have devastated these systems, leading to famine and societal breakdown. But there's more. What if the very beliefs that united them also tore them apart? A shift from Hinduism to Theravada Buddhism might have disrupted societal structures, decentralizing power. And then there's the Black Death. While Europe grappled with the plague, Asia wasn't spared. Could an invisible enemy have decimated the population, leaving temples to be reclaimed by the jungle? An empire of millions reduced to ruins. Nature, faith, or disease? The true cause remains one of history's most tantalizing mysteries. The lost cities of the Amazon, civilizations hidden in plain sight. For centuries, the Amazon was thought to be a pristine wilderness, untouched by advanced society. But what if beneath that dense canopy lies evidence of civilizations as grand as those of Egypt or Rome? Recent discoveries using LiDAR technology have unveiled massive cities, interconnected by roads and canals, suggesting populations in the millions. Early explorers like Gaspar de Carvajal spoke of bustling cities along the Amazon River, but their tales were dismissed as fantasies. Now we know they were telling the truth, and the reality is even more astonishing. Annihilated by disease before we knew they existed. By the time European colonizers fully explored the Amazon, these civilizations had vanished. Estimates suggest up to 20 million people lived there. By 1900, only 200,000 remain. The culprit? Old world diseases like smallpox and measles. With no immunity, indigenous populations were decimated, often before direct contact. But how did they thrive in such challenging environments? They engineered terra preta, fertile dark earth, to support large-scale agriculture. They built geometric earthworks, indicating advanced social organization. Imagine entire cities erased not by conquest or disaster, but by invisible invaders carried unknowingly across oceans. Their stories, technologies, and cultures are lost, waiting for us to rediscover them. The Indus Valley Civilization, the silent enigma. Shifting our gaze to South Asia, the Indus Valley Civilization rivaled its contemporaries in Egypt and Mesopotamia. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa featured grid layouts and advanced drainage systems, a hallmark of sophisticated urban planning. But here's the twist: their script remains undeciphered. Without access to their writings, their societal structure, beliefs, and the cause of their decline around 1900 BC remains speculative. Climate change, shifting rivers, or something else? Theories abound, from the drying up of the Gagar-Hakra river system due to climate shifts to the overexploitation of resources. Could environmental factors have gradually eroded one of the world's earliest urban cultures? Or perhaps trade dynamics changed, isolating them economically. Without their own words to guide us, we're left piecing together fragments, each discovery a tantalizing hint at a grander picture. Common threads and lessons unlearned. As we weave through these stories, a pattern emerges. Environmental changes, societal rigidity, external threats, and unseen enemies like disease have repeatedly upended civilizations. But here's a thought-provoking question. Are we, in our modern complexity, immune to such forces? Unlocking the secrets, the quest continues. Every new technology, from LiDAR scanning jungles to underwater archaeology, peels back another layer of history's secrets. We're discovering that the past is far more complex, interconnected, and dynamic than we ever imagined. So what's next? Will we decipher Linear A or the Indus script, finally hearing the voices silenced for millennia? Will we uncover more lost cities beneath the Amazon, rewriting history books? One thing's for sure, the more we find, the more mysteries emerge. And perhaps, nestled within those enigmas, are lessons vital for our future. Stay tuned, because every discovery not only reshapes our understanding of the past, but also holds a mirror to our present. History's greatest mysteries are far from solved, and the next revelation could be just around the corner.